Hello peeps, welcome to my garage. Today I'm going to do a little bit of cooking and I'll let you watch. This is a little something. It's been in my family for hundreds if not millions of years, and it's a rice dish. And how you do this, I'm only going to make a couple of servings because it's just me here. Hey, put a pan on the boil. Put a cup of water in that pan, see, just like so. It's awesome. Of course, after you put your water in, you always want to remember to put the lid on. We call this dish Vegi-Rice. My grandma showed me how to do this years ago. She actually cooked on a wood stove. That's all she had. And next thing you want to do is you want to go up almost equal parts of rice. So, you know, just a little bit less rice than we had water. That looks pretty good. It's kind of hard to cook well with one hand, isn't it? And I haven't even got to the complex stuff yet. But anyway, my grandma used to actually cook on a wood stove. She had a wood-fired oven too, and that's all she had. And she made some of the best food that I've ever tasted. It was wild. Hey, how y'all doing? I'm just out here putting carrots out for the rabbits. It's ground starting to freeze, and so soon they'll have trouble finding food. We're gonna help them out a little bit. Just before the water comes to a boil, you wanna put some salt in there. I don't know, I guess probably about 1/4 of a tablespoon. That helps it boil faster. Yeah, that's good. About 1/4 tablespoon. So, when you're on the boil, go ahead and stir your rice in. Alright, here we're trying to work again with just one hand. And just stir it in like this. You want to let that come up to a boil again, and then as soon as it starts boiling again, take it off and then let it sit for 4 or 5 minutes. If you're making rice and your kids won't eat it and you try all different ways, well, I'll tell you what, you probably just ain't making it right. So, but you know, it's hot when you cook on a wood stove. Oh, it gets real hot. But my grandma, she used to say, you know, if you can't stand the heat, boy, get out of the kitchen. And I would say, oh, that's all right, Grandma, I don't mind the heat. She'd say, get out of my kitchen. And then she would start shaking me. And she'd shake me and shake me and shake me. And I'd go, oh, Grandma, please, for the love of God, stop shaking me. Oh, and my head would hurt and I could feel my brains rattling around, and pretty soon I'd pass out. But she kept shaking me anyway, and just shaking me and shaking me until I come back to again, still shaking me. Oh, stop, Grandma, stop. Okay, once it's sat for about 4 to 5 minutes, take the top back off. You want to leave it set with the top on, by the way, and put a nice heaping teaspoon of butter in there with it, and kind of stir it up. Very nice. That'll make it kind of creamy. Oh yeah. And then you want to put about a tablespoon of Vegemite in with that, and you want to mix it in. It's a little harder to mix, but yeah, just take your time and do it right. Alright, once you have your Vegemite stirred in, which it's a little bit complex, it doesn't like to stir in very well. I don't think complex is the word, hard, maybe closer. Oop, I overdid it. And then you add some diced tomatoes, and it's supposed to be about 1 cup of diced tomatoes. So it's pretty easy. Everything's pretty much the same. Then you return it to a low heat and just kind of stir it with the top off for a while. It takes usually 10 to 15 minutes on low heat to kind of simmer. it's been sitting there simmering for 10 minutes or so. Then I start messing around with the taste. I add a little bit of black pepper, and I also add a little bit of chili powder. You know, you take a bite and kind of, you know, mess around, and maybe I like it a little hotter, so I put a little more chili pepper in, you know, whatever. That's how I cook. I know it's not a bunch of weights and measures, but that's how my grandma cooked, and I actually learned to cook mainly from my old grandma and, well, a couple of grandparents actually. So once you do that, then the best thing to do is let it cool down a little bit before you really dig in there. You're gonna probably burn your tongue off, and that's not always fun. So, hey, Marietta. Marietta, she says, why you give me that stinking cat food and you got that great smelling stuff? This stuff really is good. Ah, looks like we're just about ready to try some of this. Oh yeah. Oh, it's hot. Oh yeah. That's just as bad as when Grandma made it. It's terrible. Thanks a lot for watching. See you later. Hi, Marietta.